Right, streaming. There we go. Are they in game yet? Apparently not. Yep, it is already. So what they're saying, what's the matchup going to be? Warlock versus Ravener Alpha. Okay, I can see that. I can see that working. I can see it working. You get the threat of infiltration, and you also get a lot of map control on this map, and it is a big map. So having something to compete with the Eldar Webway gates will be very, very helpful. Instantly, the tunnels are coming out. I hate the clicking on tunnels. Like, look at that. Only this section here. This little section. Other than that, I can just... Okay, now it's not doing it. But before, I was pathing my mouse through 80% of the damn tunnel, and it wasn't even registering it. Anyway, tunnel things. Don't know about this positioning of the tunnel, you know. I feel like that could block your gens. I feel like there's a good chance you'll block your gens with that tunnel. I wonder what the green goo is meant to be. What's that all about? It's not like these are birthing pools. It's literally just a tunnel. What's it got green goo in it for? Anyway, we see the Warlock rushing down this far side. Clearly BBbos prioritising power. Makes sense. He's gone for a Dire Avenger Banshee build, which means Eldar fast tech. Would expect to see, yep, at least 2 gens. Generally I get 3. Good matchup for who? It is a very strong Eldar map, I believe. We are losing a requisition generator operational. Shoulder Mount is getting the spawn mines, which makes sense. Spawn mines really are mandatory on this kind of map. You've got to deal with the garrisons somehow, and as Tyranids, that's all you've got. I don't know why the Hormagaunts didn't engage there. That was a bit lazy. I'm getting little frame rate drops for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, I'm gonna have to sort out these frame rate drops, because they're driving me mad. Overwhelming map control for the Tyranid, but I suppose it is expected. At least the Banshees haven't been forced off as of yet. Oh wow, in spite of the crippling poison, they still get the kill, but they need to retreat immediately. Wow. Wow. That kinetic pulse, though. Holy shit. Well, I was wrong. They did not need to retreat. That was carnage. Well worth losing 2 Banshee models to get all those kills. I was going to say, surely he's not going double ranges. That'd be insane. So it was overwhelming map control from Shoulder Mount, but he's lost his Hormagaunts. And he bled a lot of models, and now he's losing the map. Definitely a nice play there by BBbos. We see a fast immolator. This is a really interesting way to play the matchup. Really interesting way to play it. Termagant's nearly spawning right outside BBbos' base. Have they both got the upgrade? Yeah, they do. Okay. Probably going to try and get a cheeky grenade off and then retreat. Yep. Oh, and he's comboing it with Kinetic Pulse. Oh, fucking hell, that's brutal. Level 2 Dire Avengers already. Absolutely brutal. I'm just going to fiddle with some of the stream settings. Because I'm not sure why I'm getting those FPS drops, but okay.
About later.
See if this helps in any way. No, the stream is lagging, Oceans. I'm getting it in game for some reason. I was just doing a cast beforehand and it was perfectly legitimate on a higher output, so I don't know what's causing this, but I don't know. I guess it is just my internet at the moment. Probably not connecting to people very well. Anyway, I can't really do anything about that right now. I'll have to reset quickly afterwards. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here. I guess he tried to take the garrison, but you don't run through the Banshees to try and take a garrison. Getting suppressed and trying to get in the garrison is a recipe for death. Nice use of the Kinetic Pulse here, man. Dire Avengers were going to lose another couple of models there, but saved by the Kinetic Pulse. The lack of Hormagaunts is really hurting Shouldermount's map control, yet nonetheless he still has the VP lead. Ranger's taking pot shots at the Ravener Alpha while he's capping, very cost and time effective. And BBbos getting the map. Very far ahead in tech. I tell you what, a Falcon Rush could be very effective right now. Shouldermount has really invested in a lot of requisition. Now you've got to remember, even though he's only just short of 200 requisition off going tier 2, that assumes that he's not going to bleed models. If he starts losing a Ravener model or two, it's going to be a long, long way till he gets to tier 2. That was really sloppy. Frankly greedy to try and get that IMO off against this tier of ranged blob. I think BBbos is a little bit confused as to what to do. Okay, he does go for tier 2. He's going to lose his farm, without a doubt, but he can just build it on the other side as well. At this stage, if he can get a Falcon out nice and quick, he'll be in a great position. Shoulder can actually go tier 2, though. And he should be going tier 2. Okay, he is. Both of them ended up teching a little bit later than they could have, which is definitely going to be to their detriment, but I guess they've saved one another by doing that. Oh, this could be a potential shuriken wipe if he forces melee. Oh, he should have stuck in there. If he just got the free attacks out, I think that would have been a wipe. And of course he had the crippling poisons for the Banshee, so there's not really too much to be concerned about. Managed to decap his natural requisition though, that's pretty brutal. This is what happens, Oceans, when I just have to stream on a whim. Because no one gives me any heads up, you know. I could have done a little test game online. Ah, well. I'll get it sorted afterwards. Is this the losers bracket finals? Nice damage from the Immolator, man. Oh, God, that's brutal. Good lord. Poor fucking Termagants, man. Absolutely decimated by AoE. Immolator into Destructor into Kinetic Pulse. I mean, if you got the Kinetic Pulse into the Immolator to start with, that would have been even more brutal. The ideal situation is to lead with the Destructor to weaken them, Kinetic Pulse them to do AoE damage again, and then knock them into the Immolator so they die in retreat. But that was still pretty brutal. Shoulder Mount automatically going for the Venom Brood, which makes sense. He's got 4 ranged units. He wants that ranged Synapse as soon as possible. Probably wants to get in the Swarm at this point because he's bleeding a hell of a lot of Termagants. And the 2-for-1 reinforcement will be really appreciated. BBbos has a couple of options. He obviously wants the Warp Throw on his Warlock so he can start throwing them into the Shuriken fire. If you can suppress the Blob and control the Venom Brood, he's going to have a much better time. He also might want to get a second Shuriken. Just because the one Shuriken is easy to counter with a Ravener jump, if you've got another one behind it, it really complicates the situation. You know then, if you forced off one of the Raveners, and you have both your Shurikens in cover, that his ranged blob can't move towards you. These Raveners are in a big spot. I think he's forgot about them. Oh, wow. They're gone. Oh, that's a big loss. Nice Cinco. Slightly buggy pistols, but there you go. No, that was a big loss. This is now brutal. I don't know what Shoulder Mount can do. He just doesn't have enough units to contest the map control. If he still had his Hormagaunts to go around capping, it's possible, you know? He could outbleed BBbos. But the Wraithlord isn't going to bleed. The Banshees aren't going to bleed. The Dire Avengers should get their Exarch as soon as possible, so they stop bleeding. And then BBbos can get Warp Spiders soon enough. Or we could even get Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers in this instance might be better. Just because they're less susceptible to piercing damage bleed. And they can focus fire the Venom Brood from a long distance while you have the Wraithlord in range stance with its shoulder-mounted Shuriken Cannon. The combination of the two is going to kill the Venom Brood very quickly. Especially with rangers around as well. Losers final. Cool. Cool. So it's best of 5 then. Yeah, well that gives me plenty of time to get this sorted. It shouldn't take long. I'll see if it's a connection problem. If it's not, I'll just reduce the resolution output. Is it on 720p at the moment? Or is it on 1080? Really brave staying in there with the Rangers, but it might pay off. I actually saw Cataclysm on the Venom Brood. That was cool. It's very rare that you see that. Done a hell of a lot of damage, but he didn't get the kill. And he's losing his gen farm now. Not like it really matters as Tyranids, I suppose, but should actually be using the range stance with the Wraithlord with the Shuriken. It will kill the gens faster than the melee. Forgot to reinforce one of the Venom Brood, so it's not going to be doing half as much damage. Oh, this is painful to watch, man. The AoE is just ridiculous. These poor Termagants have just got abused all game. It's getting worse, the lag. Slightly irritating me that the Wraithlord is meleeing the gens here.
Adding warp generator. I sense the spark of our life. Generator operational.
Cataclysm again. That's wow. Holy shit. I'm noticing a distinct lack of Rippers. Has the... okay, he does have the reinforced chitin. So he will actually be able to take on the Banshees pretty handily here. If you can still knock him back, then he's really not got much chance against the Banshees, but... he needs to crippling poison the Banshees. They're going to chase him down easily. Oh, he could have easily chased him down. What's he doing? What? What was that? Oh my god. And he didn't even destroy a garrison. If you're going to use Tyranno formation on this map, you've got to destroy a garrison. I mean, he really just spent 500 red to try and save his Ravener that clearly wasn't getting chased regardless. Holy shit, shoulder mount. Talk about tilting. And now he's going Gene Sealers in tier 3 because he forgot to buy his gens. I'm sorry, but I can't support this action. The hive mind does not support this action. I don't think tier 3 was innately a wrong choice, but you obviously have to replace the generators as soon as you hit that button to go tier 3. But that Tyranno formation was awful. I mean, all I can say in regards to that is that clearly shoulder mount is a little bit tilted at this point. Should get the Warlock kill here though, yeah. BBbos has been getting very greedy with those. Okay, well if it's 720p then I probably have an internet connection problem. So I'll just reset my router and see how that does. It usually fixes it for some bizarre reason. But shoulder mount is getting very lazy here. That Tyranno formation was the epitome of lazy. I'm not seeing any tunnels and we're not seeing any capillary towers. Liberal usage of towers plus rippers could really keep him in the game here, you know? It could help him with the map control. It's not going to help versus the Banshees very much, but everything else, it'll shut them down. Make this Shuriken a lot easier to deal with. That was an interesting burrow there. Didn't actually bother to attempt to burrow against the Shuriken. Just burrowed behind it to get the VP. It's very necessary at this point. 360 VPs to 60. He really needs to play the VP game. I mean, at this point, BBbos can just chill in the middle. He doesn't actually need to contest the map control. The game isn't going to last that long. But yeah, this is... I don't really think there's much that shoulder mount can do at this point. The Gene Sealers, they've not got melee Synapse. They're not going to be doing too much. How did he get knocked back? He has knockback resist. Alright. Let's do this. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, this will sort out the FPS issues. If it don't, then I don't know what's going on. And it's going to have to be a later date thing. Let us see. Here we go. See what we're working with. I like this generic pick from shoulder mount. He doesn't know what he's going up against because it's his first pick of the hero because it alternates each round. So he's just throwing out the Hive Tyrant. I like that. The Hive Tyrant's pretty much good against everything. He doesn't really have an obvious weakness. In certain matchups, I'd rather have a Lictor Alpha, you know, against Space Marines and against things like the Chaos Sorcerer. Well, actually, no. To be honest, against the Chaos Sorcerer, I feel the Hive Tyrant's perfectly legitimate. Because the Chaos Sorcerer relies on the Havocs to try and kill the Hive Tyrant, and, well, he can counter Havocs easily with a charge. Fast Raveners, charge, plus the Rending Talons. It's going to be very difficult for the Sorcerer to do too much with that one. So this is interesting. I don't know why you picked that. I'm confused. It is 1 to BBbos, 0 to shoulder mount. Ah, maybe he's trying to bait out the veto. Wait, no, that makes no sense. It's from the other side. Nope, this makes no sense. I don't understand the Chaos Sorcerer pick at all. He's good against Tyranids, but he's not really good against the Hive Tyrant. So I don't understand this. Is Sheldon mad? Okay, the delay is back to normal now as well on the stream, so that's good. I need to know the... I need to know the different hero picks that they've got to really try and get my head around this decision, because I'm not understanding it. I do agree that the Chaos Sorcerer is good against Tyranids in general. I think out of all the Chaos picks against Tyranids and against Orcs, the Chaos Sorcerer is really nice, and against Eldar as well. But the Hive Tyrant in particular is really good against the Chaos Sorcerer, and Shoulder Mount still has the Lictor Alpha as well, so I'd have tried to keep my Chaos Sorcerer for the Lictor Alpha pick. You know, because when he Flesh Hooks you, you can just teleport back out. It counters him really well. But he's not gone with that. This is the matchup that we're rocking. BBbos is playing the Chaos Sorcerer, and Shoulder Mount is the Hive Tyrant. And we're on Swift's beautiful new map, Seraph Palace. Quite a wide map. Doombolts could be very influential here. It's quite easy to get Doombolts on units that are capping, since everything is just capping in this wide open space in the centre. We see double Hormagaunts. Brave. Very brave. I don't really like going for melee on this map, because you know, you can't like abuse line of sight blockers, and you've just got to charge straight forward at the enemy, and you're just going to get shot up and lose models very quickly. Oh really, Oceans? That's interesting. I don't know, I've got some stupid rules in terms of banned words. Con is well aware. Doombot's already killing 3 Termagant models. He's going to grab a bit of energy from that damned heretic. Oh my god, it's brutal. The Doombots are rough, man. What is the point even trying to engage with those Hormagaunts? He really shouldn't have. He should have just kept them back, let the spawn mines go in first, do their thing. They're going to wipe the heretics. No, what's he doing? Wipe the heretics. Shoot them. Oh my god, Shoulder Mount. What are you doing, man? Needed to focus them with the Termagants. One little barrage, even whilst moving, would have finished them off. Meanwhile... Wait, hang on. Did BBbos even go... Did he go 1 heretic? Okay, no, he did go 2, and he lost the other heretic squad. That's brutal. He obviously overcommitted them against the Hormagaunts on the far side, which would have been under Synapse with the Hive Tyrant. Chaos Sorcerer is chasing down the spawn mines, actually using Doombolts to try and finish them off. That's how terrifying he finds them. But the Hive Tyrant, man. Very hard to kill him when you're a Chaos Sorcerer. Map control is going to be a problem for BBbos as well now. I think he's going to have to be very aggressive, using the Noise Marines constantly down the middle, getting gem bashes off. Because there's just no way, no matter how good his map control is, there's no way that he's going to be able to contest Shoulder Mount's Tyranids here. He's down on units, and Tyranids are so goddamn fast as it is. Yeah, I think the Hive Tyrant really messes up Chaos. I find this a very interesting matchup that BBbos picked. He literally picked the Chaos Sorcerer against the Hive Tyrant. I don't think it makes any sense. Still, Shoulder Mount has gone for Warriors, which, again, is not something that I would go for. I'd go for Raveners as soon as possible, but in this instance, it's going to work out quite well, because the Warriors are a better counter to Noise Marines. Whereas typically I'd expect my opponent, the Chaos Sorcerer, to get a Havoc, just so he's got an easier time against my Hive Tyrant, and then I'd get the Ravenous to counter the Havoc. So in this case, BBbos has gone for the Noise Marines, which can shut down Ravenous pretty well, actually. But interestingly, Shoulder Mountain has not got the Ravenous. The Warriors are going to be in base for a fair bit. He is getting the Rending Talons. I think they're a pretty obligatory purchase, and he's bashing with the Hormagaunts as well. Without the Aspiring okay, they have got the Inspiring Champion. So they will beat the Hormagaunts one-on-one. I was going to say, without the Aspiring Champion, that's going to be a very close fight, probably favouring the Hormagaunts. This is why you don't typically see Noise Marines against the Hive Tyrant. Just look at this, man. Easily killing 2 models instantly, getting level 2. Now he's up to over 1,100 HP. Honestly, I cannot see BBbos winning this. Shoulder Mount is absolutely dominating. And I've just realised that we're not getting the frame rate drops. Woohoo! I honestly don't know why resetting the router seems to fix that, but it does, so there you go. Yeah, BBbos' economy is absolutely fucked. He's getting a lot of requisition income for now, but that's only because he's got so few units. There's no way for him to contest his map control. He's losing his natural requisition, though this one on the far side has fully matured, but how long is he going to have that against the Tyrannid Swarm? Not very long. We eagerly await your return, Oceans. I don't think you'll be missing too much with this game anyway. It looks very handily in Shoulder Mount's favour. If BBbos can pull this off, man, kudos to him, because that is going to take some severe tenacity. This is what we call being on the back foot. I mean, let's look at their economies right now. So BBbos does actually have more power. I was going to say Shoulder Mount is lacking in power, but has a load of requisition. He should drop some more generators, but no, he says he's not going to do that because he's going to get Raveners, because he wants to keep on the pressure. He's playing Tyrannids, man. Tyrannids are all about that tier 1 pressure. Another 2 Noise Marine models go down. The Noise Marines haven't done jack shit. Look at that XP. Nothing. Sorcerer's done good, as I guess you'd expect. The Doombots are brutal in this matchup. We're going to see some more on the Warriors here. Get a nice little Synaptic Backlash. Oh, they whiff. Should just waited for them to finish their leaps, and while they were in combat with the CSM in melee, got the Doombolt then. But nope. Noise Marines do great damage against the Hormagaunts, but they're just going to get... Oh my god. Thank god you noticed that. I thought they were going to die then. He just can't keep up with the map control. He's ahead in tech, but it doesn't matter. If he tries to tech as soon as he gets the resources, he's just going to lose his power farm. Guaranteed. But I think he's just got far too light of a tier 1 in any place, Korn. Against this level... I mean, first off, just against the Hive Tyrant, you're going to need to go pretty heavy on tier 1 if you want to win as the Chaos Sorcerer. Because he epitomizes the high pressure tier 1 that Nids love. And then, even for Nids, Shoulder Mount has gone a pretty massive tier 1. Double upgraded Hormagaunts, he's got an upgrade on his leader, he bought Spore Mines earlier, he's upgraded his Termagants, and he's gone for Warriors and Ravener Brood. Like, BBbos is going tier 2 now and he's got a tech lead, that's great, but he's going to lose his entire farm and he's going to lose the entire map. So by the time a Dreadnought comes out, I mean look, he's on 20 power. And he's losing his last 2 generators now, as well as the power point. It's not good. It's going to be too late. I think his only option really was trying to consolidate in the center. Oh. Now, Shoulder Mount is happy with his dodge of the Doombots there. I mean, it does feel good when you see how much damage they can do to the bloody Termagants and you actually dodge it. It's a relief. Jesus, man. That was just 3 Doombots, not 6. So brutal against the Gaunts. But he's lost his power. He's at plus 15 power income now. How? I don't... It's going to take him ages just to get a Blood Crusher out. Never mind a Dreadnought, and a Blood Crusher's just not going to have the impact. We're not talking the Eldar Falcon here. We're talking a Blood Crusher. Venom Brood plus Adrenal Gland Warriors are going to just make it useless. Dreadnought won't do much better. It'll do a bit better, because it can bleed the Venom Brood at range, but already seeing Adrenal Glands queued up. The Blood Crusher isn't going to do nothing, man. It will struggle to beat the Adrenal Gland Warriors on its own. We'll see if he goes for the Blood Crusher or if he's going to try and stall out and get a Dreadnought. I think he does have to go for the Blood Crusher. Yeah, he is. As we can see, the pressure on the gens is relentless. There's no respite for BBbos. He's never going to be able to get the Dreadnought out. Not really much to say at this point. I commend BBbos's tenacity. These guys are really playing the games out. Both these games have been fairly one-sided. Yeah, he knows. But they've not given in. So we might have a pretty brutal matchup on our hands here for this best of 5. We are now looking at 1-1. I'll need to check what other hero picks they've got. Maybe BBbos didn't really have a good counter to the Hive Tyrant, and he just felt that the Chaos Sorcerer was a good pick because he's just good against Tyranids in general. Shuddermount appreciating the new map. Potentially thinking it contributed to his victory there. So BBbos has the Inquisitor, the Force Commander, and the Commando Knob. And they're familiar with their strategies. I believe that they've both got their map and their hero veto left, but it looks like Shuddermount wants to use his map veto here. Or the Leviathan Hive would be brutal. I think it's just Vulcan Pits that's in the map pool. Yeah, it's not a Pale Tooth Gorge / Green Tooth Gorge situation. Luganov Glacier at this point does have a different point layout than Vulcan Pits. Unless Swift did update them both, but I don't believe he did, because pretty much everyone only plays Vulcan Pits. Because no one likes snow maps. So it looks like we're going to see an IG mirror. Probably. Both have their hero vetoes. Shoulder Mount has used his map veto. So we're just going to see if Shoulder Mount wants to veto the hero. And if he actually does want to lock in with the Lord Commissar. Oh wow, yeah. So Shoulder Mount has the Lictor Alpha, the Lord Commissar, and the Brother Captain left. Whereas BBbos has the Inquisitor, the Force Commander, and the Commando Knob. So the Force Commander is BBbos' main. So he's going to be quite comfortable with that. Let's think about these matchups here. Now if I was against the Force Commander, I'd want to run my... Well, I'd be quite happy running the Lictor Alpha, but honestly I'd probably want to use the Brother Captain against that. I would not want to use the Brother Captain against the Commando Knob or the Inquisitor. Because I think those two matchups are more or less impossible for Grey Knights to win in 1v1. I think the Brother Captain versus Force Commander, you've got a good chance. You're probably going to lose, because it's BBbos' main, but you've got a good chance. And then you can use your Lictor Alpha to fight against the Commando Knob. You don't want to do Lictor Alpha against IG. That would be a mistake. Lictor Alpha is the weakest Tyranid hero against IG. So you don't want to do that. So I think in an ideal situation here, Shoulder Mount would have the Brother Captain versus the Force Commander, the Lictor Alpha versus the Commando Knob, and then the Lord Commissar versus the Inquisitor. In contrast, BBbos probably wants to get the Commando Knob versus the Brother Captain, the Inquisitor versus the Lictor Alpha, and then the Force Commander versus the Lord Commissar. So let's see if they can metagame it to favour one of them. And hopefully neither of them are stream sniping. Because I really do think that the matchups and the metagaming, it really plays a big part in the tournaments. I've joined a lot of tournaments and ended up winning, in spite of not playing the game for months. And it's solely because the greater meta strategy favoured me. This is an asymmetric game, it's not symmetrically balanced. If you get favourable matchups over and over and over, you're going to beat a superior player. It's as simple as that. But I like that, it adds to the strategy. You've got, because there's ways to play around that. There's a lot of bluffing like in poker, you know? You make the enemy veto a hero because you're like, I'm really confident, yeah, I can beat you with that, and then he wastes his veto and it was just a bluff. So that the next round, he hasn't got the veto, so you can lock him into a matchup that you actually did want. I think I really got best noob with that in the finals, to be honest. I think his micro is better than mine at the moment. I'm playing way too irregular. Yet, he didn't stand a chance. So Shoulder Mount's thinking about going the Brother Captain. And while it's very true that the Psycannon Purgation are going to be brutal against IG, as they're brutal against everything, the problem is you've got to get to that point. And against potential Sentinels bleeding your Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, the Strike Squad just doing nothing because their range damage isn't good enough, it's very, very difficult for the Grey Knights to last that long. Plus, in Tier 2, really all they do have is the Psycannons, because other than that, the IST aren't really doing anything to upgraded Guardsmen. The Strike Squad become completely redundant because the Guardsmen get plasma guns and they're going to bleed them in seconds. Even the overpowered Purifiers are not so good in this matchup. So it's a tough one. It's really tough. The Brother Captain doesn't do that much because he's just chasing around the Sentinel, getting stomped. especially against the Inquisitor, who can, of course, Hammer of the Witches him. The Inquisitor, definitely less of a threat. I think probably the easiest for the Grey Knights to deal with. The overwhelming range DPS and the tankiness of the Lord General can be a big problem. He can bleed your IST quite a lot. And a Power Sword Commissar with the Carapace armor. So tanky and so quick. Absolute pain in the arse since you can't get a suppression team as Grey Knights. You can just tie up your purgations all day. Interesting that Shoulder Mount says that he kind of wished he went Lictor. I actually think, really, his best bet was to go for the Mirror. Even if he did lose. You know, even if he's not confident in his ability with IG, I think he's going to struggle tremendously in this matchup. And it's going to be hard with the next two matchups that he's forced into. So it's Commando Nob and Force Commander versus Lictor Alpha and the... what was his other pick? Lord Commissar. I suppose Lord Commissar versus Commando Nob. How confident would Shoulder Mount be in that? Maybe he's confident with that. I personally would not be very confident fighting a Commando Nob with my IG. I imagine it's even harder at lower level, just dealing with the massive overwhelming DPS of shooters. As well as all the AoE. But anyway, that's not what he's gone for. He's gone for the Brother Captain versus the Inquisitor. Yeah, I think going the tanky melee route is the best option. But that tanky melee route is still inferior to the Lord Commissar. Because she's less tanky than the Lord Commissar, does less range DPS and is lower speed. But yeah, that probably is the best option. She'll make the Strike Squad pretty useless, and really the key to this matchup, if you're playing the IG, just ignore the Strike Squad. They're not doing that much. You just want to bleed the IST as much as possible. It will fuck up the eco of the Ordo Malleus. And then you can get a nice tech lead, get your Chimera out, get your Plasma Guns, and you'll be in a good spot. Spotters are pretty useful because in Tier 2 the Purgation are insane. And the only decent counter is the Spotters. Okay. So Sentinel meeting the Strike Squad is good for Shoulder Mount. Because the Strike Squad aren't going to bleed. If that was an Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, they could end up bleeding a few models. Oh my god, BBbos is going double Sentinels. This is crazy. This is very all-in. Very all-in. I'm not sure why he sent the second Sentinel up the center. Maybe that was an oversight? Because he knew that the Strike Squad were already there. The Enfeeble, do you mean, boss? The accessory. What do you mean, would it work here? As in, would it be good? Okay, we already see the Cybolt's ammunition upgrade. These Sentinels are not doing that much work, to be honest. On the other hand, Shoulder Mount has probably overextended there, to be honest. Getting a bit greedy, trying to go for the actual Sentinel kill, and he's foregone all of the eastern map control. Though he does have the left side, but whilst IST are very good at doing burst damage, they don't want to stand and trade with Guardsmen. I mean, look at the difference in the HP. Okay, actually, there's no Sergeant yet, so there isn't a big difference, but you'll be looking at about, I think it's 940 with the Sergeant, versus 500 on the IST. So yeah, the IST per model do more damage, but they don't want to stand around and trade. They cost more to reinforce, and they've only got the same health as one Guardsman. And this is why they're so vulnerable. Yes, you're right, it does. I believe it's 20%. Something like that. So if the Inquisitor fully invested in the Rosarius plus the Brazier, yeah, you could get Enfeeble to suppress her and then shoot her down with Focus Fire.
Generator coming up.
But then that would rely on the Brother Captain being nearby. And I don't know how much the Brother Captain is going to be near the ranged blob this game. We actually see operatives. Okay. I suppose the operatives are better against the Sentinels, the Purgation are better against the Guardsmen. They're both pretty legitimate choices.
Enemy losing. We're in the middle of upgrades.
Instantly lost 50 HP. Still not seeing any sergeants, and we are seeing the crossbow bolt pistol. Interesting. One dead Guardsman. One dead Stormtrooper. Nope. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Not really convinced about this operative's use. I mean, was that really effective? I need blood and model as well. That's going to cost him power. Brother Captain is overextended for sure. Forgot about them. I think if I was playing as shoulder mount, I would be prioritizing capping these wreck points. The fact that he's not got his natural wreck point here is going to be quite detrimental. But I just know that in this matchup, it always comes down to the damn requisition. You just tried to frag grenade the Sentinel. Interesting to be going grenade launchers as well. I mean, I guess it's decent if the Guardsmen do blow up, but the problem is now you've got less focus fire to kill the two Sentinels. And I think it's the Sentinels that are causing the problem here, not the Guardsmen. I don't know if the fallback plan upgrade has a decorator here after it's upgraded. I'm not sure, so I don't know whether these have got the upgrade or not. They are going to force off the Guardsmen, go down the left-hand side. Only one generator so far for shoulder mount, whereas BBbos has got the full 3. And he's ahead in power as well, because he's not got all these upgrades. Has he gone double grenade launchers? Oh my god, he has. I don't agree with that. That is a massive expense, and so long as BBbos keeps the Sentinels moving, the grenade launchers are not going to do a lot of damage to them. I mean, it was a lot of damage. He used the double grenade barrage as well, but that was BBbos' fault for not moving the Sentinels. The Sentinels run in to get the stomp. It's only really the strike squad that are doing a significant amount of damage to deter them. Oh, what was he doing? Oh, that was a big blunder. I don't know why he moved it forward without the Guardsman there. Wow. The shoulder mount just ate it. What was that? Well, maybe the grenade launchers are decent against the Sentinels. That was really greedy. I don't know why BBbos just ran the Sentinel in against the entire army on its own when the Inquisitor was nowhere nearby. And then he tried to out-repair the damage. You need to keep moving against the grenade launchers. If you stay still, they're going to do a lot of damage. You can't just sit in repairs. You've got to keep moving. Alright, well, shoulder mount's actually gone and got another operative squad. And BBbos says, fuck it. I don't need nothing. I'm playing IG. I don't need to spend power in tier 1. Let's just go tier 2. So this is going to now come down to any more squad wipes. If BBbos gets any more squad wipes, then he's going to lose. And shoulder mount needs to destroy all of the power. If he can destroy all of the power, he'll be in a really good position. How the hell is BBbos going to stop him, though? The Banewolf costs 175 red, and BBbos at the moment has 153. No, actually, it got nerfed. I think it's only 125 red now for the Banewolf, but the problem is it's about 70 power. So he's not going to be able to afford it on the power front yet. I think it's 70 power, 125 red now.
Requisition point's in trouble.
It was changed this patch. We'll see. That would be a decent choice.
Acadians
The
reporting for
Chimera's not going to really cut it because the grenade launchers are just going to kill the Guardsmen too quickly while they're trying to repair it. Oh, he's going for the Chimera anyway. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I just realised the grenade launchers for the IST, they're going to be getting the 15% damage buff from the Sergeant, which is why they're doing so much damage. Because otherwise they're meant to be the same as Heretic ones. But for whatever reason, the Sergeant on the IST passively gives plus 15% damage to the squad. Yeah. I think Adilla is planning on... Wait, what? What just happened?
we're losing a power node.
He cancelled the Chimera, and now he's rebuying it. I'm confused. What was the point of that?
Enemy stormtroopers attacking.
Yeah, anyway, I think there is a plan next okay, yeah, he just got it. It's 70 power. And 125 red. A lot of power, you see. So this basically is... This is all of his economy that he just spent on this Bane Wolf. I can't say my damn point. I was going to say that I think next patch Adilla intends to make it so that the Sergeant himself does more range DPS, but he no longer randomly gives a 15% damage buff. So that's actually going to be... It's going to be a nerf overall to the IST anyway with their hotshot lasguns, but it specifically is going to nerf the upgraded versions as well. BBbos basically only has this, and okay, he is going for Psy Cannons, not the Beamer. To be honest, in this instance, as good as the Psy Cannons are, it might have actually been worth going for the Beamer. Look at the damage that the fucking grenade launchers are doing in rear armor. Yeah, BBbos is totally screwed here. Yep, he drove forward, so GG. He's having major pathing issues. Should use the global to give energy. Oh, okay. I guess not. I mean, the Bane Wolf doesn't have loads of health, but yeah. Oh my god. Nice amount of XP for it there. Don't think the Inquisitor has really done anything with that crossbow bolt pistol. What is he doing? Why would you just drive the Bane Wolf up like that? Oh well. That is, in spite of what I was saying with the matchups, it's a victory for shoulder mount. So BBbos has to rely on his Force Commander and his Commander Knob, and he has to win both of the next games. We're going to be starting Game 4 Oceans. And the matchups that are left, BBbos has his Force Commander and his Commander Knob, and shoulder mount has the Lord Commissar and the Lictor Alpha. BBbos has to win both games. Whereas shoulder mount only needs to win one. Meaning the score is currently 2 to shoulder mount, 1 to Olev. Good question, boss. I do not know whether the damage buff from the IST Sergeant buffs their frag grenade. These flat damage buffs to the squad are a bit dangerous for this reason, probably something to avoid. So I think I agree with Adilla's assessment that it should be removed. A damage resist aura is fine because it doesn't affect all the upgrades, but when you have a damage buff aura, you have to start accounting for making the weapons weaker than they otherwise would be, or they end up overpowered because of the damage buff aura, but it's just weird. It adds a lot of complications. I'll be right back myself. Okay, so what's going on? Shoulder's returned, hopefully with a decent connection. So BBbos lost, so BBbos gets the map pick. Alright. he hasn't got the map veto, so it is Gorilla's Forge. He can't change that. And they both have a hero veto. Okay. So he can only go Lictor Alpha or Lord Commissar. Oh. Well, even if he loses this matchup, he gets to show off the Lictor Alpha afterwards. Well, they both have their veto. So it's not like either player can lock the other one into a particular matchup. But the way it works, actually... Wait, no, yeah, it doesn't matter. Because now, so Shoulder Mount has to play the Lictor Alpha, but he can then veto whatever BBbos is going. So he can choose whether he wants to fight the Force Commander or the Commander Knob. This, I don't know, it's probably about the same either way. It would either be Commander Knob versus the Lord Commissar, and Force Commander versus the Lictor Alpha, or the other way around. Okay, so we're going to have the brutal Tyranids versus Orcs. And then, if Shoulder wins this, he wins everything. BBbos needs to win this matchup and then beat Shoulder Mount's Lord Commissar with his Force Commander, which, let's be real, should be pretty easy for BBbos. So this is probably going to be the deciding factor here. The deciding match for the series. I would be very surprised if Shoulder could beat BBbos' main, the Force Commander, with the Lord Commissar. But you never know. But we won't ever get to see that if Shoulder Mount can win this battle. I've not really seen BBbos' Orcs boss. What are they like? Are they pretty weak compared to his other races? I know he's mostly a Marine player, so Orcs would definitely be a bit unfamiliar with him. I wasn't very impressed by that IG play. Could be going for a best of 5 here then. Maybe. Well, if they're bad, that's not great. It'd be a bit doomed then. Oh, I do remember that actually. Yeah, I remember that stream. 2 Flash Gits versus a Tyrant Guard. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing there. If he just got 1 looted tank, he would have been in an amazing position. Well, now we're just waiting on Shoulder Mount to drink a gallon of water. Apparently. That's one way to prepare. better than a gallon of coffee, I suppose. I'd just settle for a pint of coffee and then a gallon of water. Let the carnage begin. I love this matchup. Nids versus Orcs. Good spore mine usage on this map could be very influential. A lot of line of sight blockers that you can abuse with them. A couple of influential garrisons. Potentially could lead to wipes from both sides. If Termagants go inside the garrison and the commando knob comes along and uses his stick bombs, that could wipe the Termagants quite easily. Likewise, if shooter boys take the garrison or looters and spore mines come along, it's going to wipe the garrison. Not the biggest map either. So we should see a lot of combat. I think looters would be very nice in the centre of the map. Looters plus Pain Boy would probably be my build here. If I was the Lictor, I'd be getting warriors into Raveners. Kinda need to get the warriors just for the synapse. But the Barb Strangler's quite nice in this map as well, like you can hide behind here and shoot over. There's a lot of like little line of sight things, like you can go here and shoot on the other side. You can hide around the corner here and still get guys down at the bottom. You can hide here, hit there. Very nice map for the Barb Strangler. And of course it also counters these annoying garrisons. Hormagaunts gone up top. Instant decap. That's pretty bad. You don't want the instant decap because it delays your warriors. Though he's noding down here, so he's going to mitigate that for the most part. So that's good. It looks like Shoulder Mount's going to focus on the bottom now. He's gone for the 2 Hormagaunts again. Bleeding a lot of models there. A lot of unnecessary XP really. I don't know what that was all about. Slow reactions. What the hell? Okay. Beautiful special, Jesus. Termagants taking the garrison, so we know that Shoulder Mount is willing to take the garrisons. If he gets a little bit lazy and he does that too late into the game, when some burners come out, or potentially some stick bombs, we could be seeing wipes. Just something to bear in mind. We also do see the warriors coming out now, and Shoulder Mount is getting his gens back. Spore mines didn't really do too much. I guess in tandem with the Lictor Alpha they forced off the shooter boys up here, but really they didn't bleed any models, so who cares? That's 100 requisition wasted really for Shoulder Mount. And it's also a little bit of XP for the Orcs. The Orcs, yep, definitely winning on the XP front at the moment, which is going to be quite influential as the game gets in the later stages, you know? This is one of the matchups where damage is really influential. It's just damage versus damage. So the level ups are really important. Nice special there, going to lead to another couple of dead models. Does manage to stun the Lictor Alpha and is running into the garrison. This is where you wish you had the Barb Strangler. Oh, that'd be brutal. Imagine Hormagaunts just jump on the commando knob and your Barb Strangler in those shooter boys. Be beautiful, but he doesn't have the gens for it yet. Definitely something to look out for later. We get the burner upgrade on the sluggers as well. It's going to make short work of the warriors. Shooter boys coming out to join up with their slugger boys. Hormagaunts really overextending. They should have known they weren't going to get that kill. Of course, he can't see them straight away. Now he can. Yep. Leap in, disrupt them, get straight out. That's good play. Keep contesting the map control. He needs to get some gens. He's a bit late on dropping the gens. Is he just going for fast Raveners? I guess he could be. The score is 2-1. Yes, I'm aware the phone is ringing. It ain't important. It's yeah, two for shoulder, one for BBbos. Best of 5. Yeah, this is the losers bracket. Victor Alpha going down. Oh, cheeky slugger boy. He thinks he's a bad man, does this lad. Let's see how bad he is, really. You ain't no bad man. That warrior says no. He's still standing. Your boy's still standing. Oh, that's what fucking happens, guys. That's what happens when you're a bad man. You think you're a bad man, but you're a boy. That is what happens. Learn from this, kids. Learn from this. Don't do drugs. Don't carry knives. Respect your elders. Are you going to get fucked up by some Tyrannid warriors? Lictor Alpha is repurchased, and we see a pain boy on the way. Commando's trying to infiltrate while getting eaten by warriors. I mean, I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Toxin Miasma, it slows the unit and reduces their damage for 5 seconds by 25% for both, and it also does a damage over time, a piercing damage over time. Looking at the tooltip, I didn't actually realise that the damage over time is a really weak one for this weapon compared to the flame sword. Most damage over times are 5 damage for 5 seconds. This is only 4.5 damage for 3 seconds. But yeah, damage over time, and it reduces the speed and damage of the model that it hits. It's pretty good against orcs, I like it. Hold up. It's reducing the whole squad speed there. Okay, but he needs to... Oh my god, he's just getting special after special. Oh, that was unlucky. He could have actually flesh-hooked and killed it, but he would have lost Elixir Alpha. Oh, he still does! No! I thought it only stunned... It only affected the model, though, but it seemed to affect the entire squad there. Rebuying the Elixir Alpha, though, has fucked up Shoulder's economy. It's meant that he can't get the Raveners out. If he had the Raveners as well, with the extra disruption and the range damage, the Painboy and the Slugger combo wouldn't be quite so difficult to handle, but yeah. Rebuying the Elixir has prevented that, and he's had to rebuy him again, and look how far behind he is in tech. I think a fast Death Dread now could be pretty brutal. Okay, the Painboy needs to get out. Yeah, he doesn't want to fight the Elixir Alpha with that thing. I mean, if Shoulder Mount actually used Stalk a bit earlier, and then had the Flesh Hook, which he does, he probably would have killed the Painboy there. So that was a missed opportunity. The map control is still looking surprisingly decent for Shoulder Mount. He's had this second Hormagaunt squad just going around, harassing really well, actually. Nearly destroyed a gen down here there, caught all at the bottom of the map, and is now destroying the node up here. Problem is... Well, these are level 2, so that's alright. What are the sluggers looking like? Oh god. Look at the XP on those sluggers. As they scale, that's going to be very problematic for Shoulder. I mean, as soon as they get the knob, they're going to be unstoppable. And don't matter if you get Adrenal Gland Warriors, they are not taking on level 2, nearly level 3 Slugger Boys with a knob. He's not too far behind in tech, though. And now we see the other shooting knob for BBbos. That's a good idea. Not getting them straight away in Tier 1 so he doesn't have to pay for the upkeep. But he does want them in Tier 2, not only for their own damage and their durability increase, but remember that the shooter knob gives you a passive 15% bonus damage to all weapons in the squad once you hit Tier 2. I wonder what the first purchase is going to be. Have we got the knob yet? Yeah, we do. Okay. Unfortunately, at the moment, he's just down south capping. And he needs to be careful with the pain boy. He needs to get the pain boy out there ASAP. If he doesn't get a special, he's in trouble. He's dead. Flesh hook him. Oh my god, are you serious? Come on, Hormagaunts. Yep, okay. He deserved that loss. But he lost the Hormagaunt down here. Oh, what's he doing? Come on, Shoulder. You got better perception than this. I mean, it's a good trade. Hormagaunt for the pain boy. It's well worth it, but it's just unnecessary, and he's on the back foot. He needs every advantage that he can get at the moment. Tyranids are the one that meant to have the advantage in Tier 1. Come Tier 2, it's hard. It's hard, because these slugger knobs are just brutal. Killing the pain boy will help him a lot. What is BBbos doing? He needs to get something. Is he going for a fast weird boy? He rebuys the commando knob. Why would you not get a vehicle? I don't care whether you get the Warshock or the Death Dread, but either of them would be so good right now. I think you're right, Piano. I mean, he just rebought the commando knob, so it could very well be that he's going to rush the Kaboom grappling. We shall see. He needs to win this match. If he loses this match, then he is out of the tournament. I'm not sure why the Warriors are coming out of base with one model. That is very, very dangerous with a slugger knob on the field. At least at level 2, though. That does buff their basic synapse. I can't remember how it does it, but it does. What is he doing? He's got the pheromones, so I guess that's why is he trying to bait him in, but I don't know, mate. He needs to get that fucking warrior model out. Look at the tankiness of that slugger knob, man. How that slugger knob took the flesh hook and then ate all those attacks. Did end up dying. Didn't actually use the pheromones though. Why? Don't understand. What? Really? You're trying to kaboom the Lictor? Oh, he didn't actually go for the grappling hook. Oh god, what were the matchups? There was Brother Captain versus Inquisitor, which Shoulder Mount won as the Brother Captain. There was Ravener versus Warlock, which BBbos won as the Warlock. What was the game 2? I forgot what the game 2 was now. So the final match, if BBbos wins this, will be the Lord Commissar of Shoulder Mount versus BBbos's Force Commander. Oh yeah, it was Hive Tyrant versus Sorcerer, that's it. Shoulder Mount's Hive Tyrant versus BBbos's Sorcerer. That was a very short match. Shoulder Mount dominated. What is he doing with these one model warriors, man? This is terrifying me. Too much Daka here for the Lictor Alpha, so he's going down quick. So much Daka at this point. Tank busters are coming out as well to finish off the Tyrant Guard. I mean, the tank busters are fine. They're going to gem bash really quickly. Barrage will instantly force off a Gaunt squad. I do not like this one warrior model play. Like, I understand why he's doing it to reduce the upkeep, but it's just so fucking risky. Why would you get looters? What? Beamy lures? Harmagaunt's overextending and chasing into base. Oh, right, yeah, just Death Gun looters. Well, I mean, he just wants something to kill the Tyrant Guard. It would be nice to have something to actually put it down. I think the Tank Busters are perfectly fine. They gem bash super quick. Barrage is amazing against Tyranids. And it will actually kill the Tyrant Guard as well. Shoulder's sticking in here, but it's rough. He's forgetting to get capillary towers again. If we got a few rippers, he might change things here. Get some rippers. Spawn the capillary tower in your base. Get the leap on your Lictor. Please don't get a second Tank Buster squad. Oh, nice stun bomb. He's going tier 3. What the hell is he doing? He's not even got any gens. Is he out of his mind? You can't go tier 3 with no gens. He should have learnt this earlier. In the Ravna Alpha game. I mean, if he can get effects out when he's got no gens, he's pulling some hacks, that's all I can say. Oh, these are cute looking rippers. Hey, they're adorable, little green rippers. They look adorable. Yeah, the Lictor Alpha just doesn't have the durability at this point. He's nearly dying every single time that he sees the shooters. BBbos actually went with double Tank Busters, what the fuck? Is he trolling? Rippers ended up fighting the Slugger Boys, and now we've got level 4 Slugger Boys. And they're gonna get wipes. Wow. Wow. What on earth? Okay, real talk. Drop Endless Swarm, or Without Number, whatever it's called, to get your Hormagaunt and your Termagant that are upgraded. Get some bloody gens, and Shoulder Mount could actually win this. Oh my god, he even used a Tyranno formation and killed the truck. What the hell is this game? What the hell is this game? This is ridiculous. I mean, a Carnifex isn't even going to be that effective. There's double Tank Busters. I mean, I guess a Barbed Strangler Carnifex could be decent, but they were level 4 Sluggers, and we're now dealing with level 1. I think the Lictor's a really good choice here, actually. Using Swamp'em just to get away from the Tyrant Guard. I mean, that's an expensive use of 40 red. And it wasn't very effective either. Look at the damage from the Tank Busters against the Hormagaunts, man. Oh my Jesus Christ, that damage. Needs to get the Lictor Alpha down here. Oh no! The barrage! Yikes. Tank Busters are such a troll unit, man. But other than the Sluggers, there's not really anything that can kill the Tyrant Guard, and that Nob's gonna die. Shoulder, why would you go into Shield Wall? You know there's double Tank Busters here. That actually makes them do more damage against you. Wow. Well, he fucked up that Kaboom. And he's losing the Sluggers again! Shit! What? And he didn't barrage the Tyrant Guard, so the Tyrant Guard is gonna live. Maybe. Because for some reason he decided to use the double barrage on the Termagants instead. Why does the Lictor Alpha not have leap? Why have you not rebuilt your gens? Okay, the Tyrant Guard's gonna die anyway. This is I don't have a clue what's going on. Again, the licks for Alpha are overextended. Honestly, I think Shoulder Mount's just getting tilted here. He is better than this, for sure. He's definitely better than this, but he's just not making the right decisions in the slightest. Getting hit by the stun bomb. He's just not paying attention. And the looted tank's going to come out, and that's going to be... It's going to be so hard. Shit, even Knobs. Though he shouldn't really get Knobs, because you get Menacing Visage and it'd counter them really well. But honestly, anything from the Octave 3 at the moment is going to be a real pain to deal with. Looted tank in particular would be dreadful. He's got enough red, he should keep spawning Rippers. He needs to tie up this ranged blob. Well, he's got overwhelming map control, and the VPs are actually getting quite low at the moment. 2 lonely tank busters at the top, decapping. But yeah, this could actually come down to the VP. Like, what is BBbos doing? He needs to get something. Don't go for the bloody battle wagon. You ain't got the VPs for it. Just get anything out. Anything. They need to win the capping game. Drop down some commandos and get a tank. I don't know what he's doing. He's not actually... He's not... I think he's going to lose this to the VPs. Oh my god, he's going on an all-in rocks. What was that? No way. Why would you do that? This makes no sense. Oh, I love this Ripper colour scheme. They look awesome. Little luminescent Rippers fucking up tank busters. He's lost. BBbos has lost. It's too late, man. He wasted all of his red on the rocks that did jack shit. He could have just dropped in commandos. Get a looted tank, send it down the bottom, drop in commandos, decap the top. You got this shit. But nope. Too much hesitance has cost him the game. And not only in this instance has it cost him the game, it has cost him the series. Shoulder Mount is going to the grand finals, and BBbos is out of the Elite League Division B. So it's going to be Shoulder Mount versus the Tensor in the grand finals of Division B. Who's seen it coming? I mean, I know a lot of people were backing Shoulder Mount. He was the prodigy. But, man, the Tensor, the Dark Horse, the Silent Killer. He might take it. Who have you got the money on, guys? And who are you backing for moral support? Who do you want to win it, and who do you think's going to win it? Shoulder Mount or the Tensor? Alright, well, that's the series over as far as I'm aware. I'll just check if there's any other series that are going to happen. I don't believe the Tensor's online, but... I wonder if I even have him on my friends list. I don't know. I'll ask Shoulder Mount if he's got any idea. When the Tensor is available to play. Okay, he doesn't know. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to participate in the post-league game free-for-all. I've actually got to go do some casts. I can't play Arctic. If I join, he'll just kick me. I don't really particularly want to play Arctic either. But thank you very much for watching, guys. There we have it. We now have the winner of the losers bracket and the winner of the winners bracket. So we'll try and get it organised at some point. The grand finale of Division B. And that will be the end to the Elite League Season 3. Thank you very much for watching. Unlucky Redbeard, you just tuned in a bit late. I'm about to end the stream. Have a good day.